What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. We here on NBA 2K26 franchise. If you look in the top right, we are taking over the perpetually bad Sacramento Kings. They had a nice little 2, 3 year run there where they were pretty decent, but they wasted talents like Chris Webber, Mike Bibby, Peja Stojakovic, Vlade Divac, DeMarcus Cousins, Tyreek Evans, De'Aaron Fox. Now they're wasting Sabonis, DeRozan, Levine. They can never build a sustaining long term team. Like yes, we have Sabonis. Yes, we have Levine. Yes, we have DeRozan. DeRozan's 36. He's got 2 years left. Zach Levine is 30. He's on the last year of his deal. Sabonis 29. But injuries seem to start piling up a little bit more with him. How long is he going to stay healthy? And I almost did the Nets, but the Nets, they've got Demon at point guard. They've got Nolan Traore. They got Ben Saraf. They've got Drake Powell, Dariq Whitehead, Cam Thomas, Keon Johnson, even Michael Porter, the offensive black hole himself who doesn't pass the ball. They got Zaire Williams, Jalen Wilson, Terrence Mann's good for a couple years. They got Noah Clowney, Danny Wolf, not as much talent power forward. They got Nick Claxton. They've got Drew Timme, the 9 year college man out of Gonzaga, who honestly was good for them at the end of the year last year. Ooh, didn't shoot very well, actually, for a big man. But, they have young talent. Other teams I looked at, the Suns, you got Devin Booker, you got Jalen Green, you got Ryan Dunn, Kamal Malawak, Mark Williams, Nick Richards. But if it's one thing the Kings don't have, in terms of young talent, they have, like a Keon Ellis, a Devin Carter. What does their ceilings look like? Yes, it says B and A minus, but what do those, how long does it take for them to get there? Dennis Schroeder, he's 32. Like I said, Levine, he's 30. Malik Monk is 27. So, I mean, he's kind of is who he is at this point. He's a sixth man who can, spot start. DeRozan is about to go to the retirement home. Nick Clifford, he's probably best served as like sixth or seventh man. Dougie McBuckets, he's old, 33. Good shooter, but he's old. Not a lot of ceiling. Power forward, Isaac Jones, not a high ceiling. Keegan Murray, maybe we look to move one of these two and some more shots come his way this year. Sabonis, like I said, he's already 29. He doesn't have a lot of room left to grow. Eubanks, 28, is who he is. Sarge, 31, is who he is. They did draft Maxime Reynaud in the second round. Very 7'1". Oh, 7'1" wingspan, though? I mean, he looks like he can step out and shoot, but, I mean, we'll see if we can get him to that A-minus potential. We will have him learn from Sabonis. We'll give him a few years. If he develops, he develops. We got a big man. If not, there's some decent bigs, in the draft. And even in terms of free agency, if I wanted to sign somebody, you got Russell Westbrook, 36. Al Horford, 39. Malik Beasley, 28 is who he is. Ben Simmons, could give him, a revival year. See what that's talking about. Like even if you look at positions like, I mean, you got Delano Banton, he's 25. That's a big guard. You got Nick Smith Jr. and Brandon Boston Jr. Maybe we target them, throw them a little bit of money. I'd probably lean B.J. Boston just because they're the same kind of player, and he's a lot bigger and can actually guard the 2 and the 3, whereas he's more of a 1 and 2. And I need a little more length on this team. Pause. Small forward, you got Cody Martin. I did not realize Bojan Bogdanovic was 36. Jay Crowder, old. Haywood Highsmith, not that good. Could try and revive Cam Reddish's career. You know, maybe I'll look into that, have him learn from DeMar DeRozan. See what he can do this year. Rookie Cam. He's on the Nets. So that means the Nets just cut him. Power forward. Bowl. Maybe you try and... Oh, he's down to C potential. Even 2Ks gave up on him. I was going to say maybe you try and see what he can become. JRE, Trey Lyles. I thought he was back on the Kings, actually. Oh, he went back to him the last few years. Maybe that's what I was thinking of. I don't know. Center. Again, Al Horford. Could bring Rashawn Holmes back to Sacktown. You got Thomas Bryant. Like, even... you got... I mean, Kessler Edwards, he's not a center. He's a 3-4, 4-3. Charles Bassey, he's still kind of young. Like, it's just not... You got Trey Jameson down here. Like, it's just not really a lot to go off of. And then in terms... I say the names aren't all correct for this draft class. I go through and fix them as I can. Or I might wait for him to just, drop an update. But I don't think he'll update names. I looked through. Load. User. So there's two. You got Joe DeKelmer and Philium. I don't know. 2002. If he updates his, I might do his. Right now I'm using this one. Or if someone else, drops just a super baller one, we'll use that. But right now, this is what we're rocking with. I value Darren Peterson over AJ Demancia, and I also value Chris Sanok over AJ Demancia because I think he is going to be very good. Right now we're projected, I think, the 14th pick. First of all, that's just not fair. Like, if the Thunder get the one pick from the Jazz, like, it's just not fair. Yeah. Right now we're projected 14, Darius Acuff, which I like Darius Acuff. He's not bad. But I'm going to try my best to get into the top 5 because I do think it is a decent grouping of talent at the top with Darren Peterson, Chris Sanok, AJ Demancia, Cameron Boozer, who I'm not saying he's bad. Personal preference, a 2 or a 5 as opposed to a 3 or a 4. I think is more important. You need your scorer, you need your big. If we can get one of those two out the way, I mean, yes, AJ Demancia is also a scorer. I think Darren Peterson is a different level of scorer. Like, yes, he's 6'9", decent wingspan. Oh, it's not on there yet. Oh, slow to grasp new offenses, often appears unaware. He is the man everywhere he goes. Let's check out Darren Peterson. No weaknesses. Gets to the rim with ease. Knows how to help out teammates. Good balance. Able to maneuver through traffic. I genuinely think he is the number one guy. Chris Sanok. Also no weaknesses. Decent frame. Should be able to put on muscle. Knows how to help out. And routinely grabs rebounds over much larger players. And he's already 6'11", 225. So that is why those are my two top guys. I say, and then honestly, if oh no, I have to pick Cam Boozer. Like, I'd be very okay with that. He's going to be very good as well. I think these two have a different level of upside. Like, these are like 1A, 1B, 2, and then like 3A, 3B. Him and Jaden Quaintance. Elvin Hayes ceiling. Ooh, that's a low bench though. Ooh, can't shoot and bad court vision. That hurts. Caleb Wilson, I think, can be another one of those guys that could be kind of decent. Oh, bad IQ. Isaiah Howell, I think he'll be good. He's got Marcus Johnson ceiling. Okay. Scoring with back to the basket. Well, he'd be a wing, so I'm okay with that. And, ooh, not a good passer. Honestly, going to Houston, he will become a good passer. Not really known for his man defense, but gets the job done. I can live with that. Comfortable shooting the NBA three and got the midi. I can live with that. And I do value Darius Acuff high, along with Mikael Brown Jr. I think Nate Minko and Peter good. Uh, Kareem Lopez, I don't know a whole lot about. Braden Burries, he's solid. Isaiah Evans is solid. I think it's Floyd Badunga from Kansas, the big man. Like I said, I'm gonna go through and fix names. Don't know much about this guard from Iowa, but he was high on the board. So, I'll look at that. Uh, I'm not entirely sure on who this is from Baylor. I'll look at their stuff. Dyson Daniels' little brother. They even used the picture of Dyson Daniels, but I think he'll be very similar to Dyson. Like he will be a very good defender, and that will get him minutes until his offense catches up. Taj Pettiford, I don't know how it got this far from his name, is going to be very good. And I don't agree with the below average court vision. He's not the best playmaker in the world, but he's pretty solid. Carter Knox, a bucket from Arkansas, and a good defender. Won't scare anyone in the low post. That's fine. Again, I guess he'd be a 3-4, but he'd play a lot of 3. Cohen Carr is a freak athlete from Michigan State. And honestly, that's somebody I would try and snag like top of the second round. Caden Boozer, obviously Cameron Boozer's twin, point guard. Honestly, would be a good. He'd be a serviceable starter and a good to above average backup point guard. Malik Thomas, he's a bucket. It's a decent draft class. I've got LeBaron, Philon, not LeBron Phillip. Jaleel Bethea, I think he'll be good. I didn't know he transferred to Alabama. I thought he was still at Miami. It's gonna be a decent class. We're gonna be able to find some talent and hopefully start this rebuild. Because starting off before we make any moves, because these 3, actually, I'm gonna trade Schroeder. I might try and keep these 2 unless we just start winning too many games. Then I will move them. But I would like the younger guys to learn from them as much as possible because they will probably both be gone after this year. Keegan Murray, we're going to try and make him our 4 going forward. That's why I didn't have Boozer and Quaintance as high, because I do think Keegan Murray would be better given more opportunity. And then Sabonis is a dog. Like, I'm not going to discount that whatsoever. But, he'll be 30 going into the next season. And where's contracts? Do we want to pay him mid 40s for, what's going to be the start of his decline, most likely? Malik Monk might look to move off of him. Not a horrible contract, just we have a logjam at guard, and I'd like to get longer players. I value defense. I value a very good defensive team, and in terms of good defensive players, you literally have like Keon Ellis, Devin Carter, Nick Clifford, and like maybe you could say Keegan Murray. Like they are a wet napkin on defense. Like they ain't stopping nothing. So yeah, gonna look to, and that's why I like Sanok. Like I think he's gonna be a good defensive center. And then yes, I have Darren Peterson as my number 1 option on my draft board, which I don't think I'm gonna get the number 1 spot. That's just probably not gonna happen, because yes, I would like to have a good defensive 2, but I think Darren Peterson's athletic enough; he can play good defense. But yeah, if we can keep Zach LaVine for his rookie year, he's got a player option. I personally wouldn't turn down $49 million a year, but that's just me. Organizational role, cap space. That's crazy. Bad contract usually traded for, held to clear cap space in the offseason. Man, look, I'm a Bulls fan. Like, I'm a Bulls, Timberwolves, Rockets. Like, Zach LaVine, I'm not saying he's underrated, but he's overhated. I will say that. Like, bro is not as bad as what people make him out to be. Average 27, shooting almost 51, 42, 85. Like, come on. And like through this, we're saying he's overrated. Oh, he's not even that good. I mean, you can even pull these 2 years in. A little lower shooting, but dude's a bucket. Or he was a bucket. He's still a little bit of a bucket. I was sad to see him leave, but finally maybe the Bulls have a direction. Probably not, but we'll see. And same with DeMar DeRozan. Loved his 3 years in Chicago, but I do think this is probably his last year. I mean, growing up in South LA, maybe he was a fan of the Kings. Who knows? But yeah. Oh, he's got one more year. That's right. Honestly, that's not bad money. He will probably be like low 80s, high 70s going into next season, though. That's going to suck. I know we will see, though. I think next episode I probably will play. Do I want to play the opener or the home opener? Oh, I almost picked the Jazz too, but they have like a lot of young talent, surprisingly. Uh, hmm. I'll probably go ahead and play the season opener just to see what the team looks like. Play a young team, rebuilding team, whatever you want to call it. I think it'll be good. I say we'll probably play like one game per calendar week. I say going through here. I say that way we can get a decent mix of gameplay. I can give draft classes a chance to be updated and whatnot. I say because we'll mix this in with I'm trying to start another series on here on 2K, kind of like a my career type deal. We'll mix in with college football. Might try and stream some of the show on the weekends. We'll figure it out as we go. Might might try and pick up Madden. I don't know. I've heard good things. I've heard bad things. I might wait for that one to be a couple more updates on that one. But I don't know. I think this will be fun. Different team to rebuild. I really don't ever rebuild the Kings, but I've always liked players they've had. Like I said, Tyreek Evans, DeMarcus Cousins. I mean, De'Aaron Fox was cool. Tyrese Halliburton for the 5 minutes they had him. Then Sabonis. Like, they've had good players. They just haven't had good teams, and that's where we're here to have good players and good teams. I said I might even go ahead and throw them up there. Nah, I'll wait at least a few weeks. I say right now they got us sitting at 24th. So if we finish 24th in the league, that puts us in line for the sixth pick. And a little bit of luck, we get into the top three. But if you're excited about it, leave a like, sub to the channel, leave a comment down below. If there's something you want to see on any of these games, comment down below. I'd greatly appreciate the feedback. And then likes help the channel, help the video. Let's get out there, help the channel grow. That is the point. Trying to get to, we'll say 150 by Christmas time. Let's go for that. We'll shoot for that. I could say 100 by Halloween. Yeah, you know what? We'll go. Let's see if we can get to 100 by Halloween. Oh, of course, we don't play on Halloween. We play November 1. But next episode will be the game against the Suns. If you're excited, leave a like. Like I said, leave a like, comment down below, sub to the channel, Go check out the college football series we got. It's been a blast. I think we are in year 3. Yeah, we're in year 3 of that. So, pretty fun series. Check it out. And I hope y'all have a blessed day, and I'm going to catch y'all later. On to the next one, and I'm up out of here. Peace.